All right, we're waiting for the five networks to connect. What an incredible Sunday night of football. And now more than ever, we're not too sure who is in the run for the MVP. And as you can see from this list here, Tyreek Hill is even on the list. And we know that historically that it's usually the winning quarterback of the Super Bowl. But this year they are actually talking about receivers and defensive linemen. CeeDee Lamb is in the hunt as well as Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Patrick Mahomes, of course, Derrick Henry, who I believe got hurt last night, Lamar Jackson, who is still in the running but not in the top three anymore. If you watched the game yesterday between the 49ers, yes, and the Green Bay Packers, it was, I would consider, a huge upset. Many people were hoping that Patrick Mahomes would pull it out, as he has been the last, I would say, 6 weeks, being able to, come through with a last minute win. That did not happen. He had 21 receptions with 33 attempts, but it just wasn't his best game. He had 210 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and his passing rating was 79.1. The star of the show yesterday, and trending right now, is Tyreek Hill, of the, who basically was not covered well enough by the Commanders, and that became a closer run for him becoming MVP, and him also getting closer to that magic number of 2,000 yards for a receiver in a year. This is a wonderful award right here as well. The Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans has now recorded 1,000 receiving yards for 10 straight seasons. That is incredible. First of all, to have the endurance to be able to do that, that's unbelievable. This year has not been the best year for the Buccaneers, but it would have not been anywhere as exciting without Mike Evans. Baker Mayfield yesterday came out with a win, which was wonderful to see. So according to this list right here, Dak Prescott right now is number 1 quarterback. Number 2 is Patrick Mahomes. Number 3 is Josh Allen, even though his record this year has not been the best. CJ Stroud, who is a rookie, it is an honor just to be on this list, especially in your first year. And of course, we've got Jalen Hurts on the bottom here. So we're looking right now the NFL Power Rankings for Week 13. Let's see if we can make that a little bigger. So they're looking at 10-1 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, that has changed, as we all know. The 49ers just absolutely dominated the Philadelphia Eagles. It was almost like they were gassed. They had no gas in the tank. They were done. And that makes sense because the 49ers had 10 days off. They were on a bye week, so it really helped them having that extra rest. Baltimore is also this week on a bye week, so we'll have to see how they do next week. Kansas City, their record right now is not as good as 8-3, it's 8-4. And San Fran now is creeped up to 9. But San Fran is one of those teams where all it takes is a couple injuries and they do not look like the same team. So for me, this year, I'm predicting Dallas, San Fran, Kansas City, Philadelphia, and maybe the Buffalo Bills. And I think that's more of me hoping than actual realistic. The Cleveland Browns yesterday were phenomenal. That was an awesome game. A little bit nostalgic, and we'll have to see how they end up doing for the rest of the year. They seem to pull off wins when you think they can't, and when they should win, they seem to fall short. They're all over the board. The Houston Texans were phenomenal yesterday. Unfortunately, Tank Dell got hurt, so that didn't work out very well. So many injuries at this time of the year, and there is truly a shortage of quarterbacks. So I'm wondering next year if teams aren't going to pick more quarterbacks than they need, anticipating that there will be a shortage. And I'm talking first tier quarterbacks. All right, let's have a look here. So if you look at even the draft from last year, there's really only been a couple of shining stars. I would say maybe 3 or 4 players that have really done well in their first year. So it'll be interesting to see those players that, finally do great in their third year, their fourth year. Sometimes it takes a while for them to find their stride. We are going to take a moment here right now and just thank a few people. And as you can see here, CEO hashtag. Awesome to follow, always very supportive. My Power Talk is another one that I highly recommend. All right, let's have a look here. Here's one that we read from time to time. May your heart heal. May your past no longer block your view of the present. May you breathe again, laugh again, rest again, live again. May it be so. Let's have a look here. I like the music today. This is very nice. All right, so let's move this. My to-do list for today. Count my blessings. Practice kindness. Let go of what I cannot control. Listen to my heart. Be productive yet calm. Just breathe. That one's a good one. That's from Chris Quinn. And Coach Turby, thank you so much for your support. Antonio, thank you as well. That's a cool picture. Wow, is that tiny. All right, let's have a look over here. I like this one too. This is Carly Joy MS. A person who feels appreciated will always do more than what is expected. I would agree with that. What else do we have here? That's a cool picture of the brain. So if you can, tell me in the comments the 4 teams that you think will make it to the playoffs. The 4 teams that you feel will make it to the playoffs. It's not given that, Dallas is going to make it. And it's not given, unfortunately, that the Bills will make it this year. In the wild card spots, who do you think has the greatest chance? I think it's going to come right down to the last week or so to figure that one out. And how many wins is it going to take to get a wild card spot? Now, of course, there are a few teams like the 49ers. Yes, of course. Philadelphia, Kansas City, they should have no problems making it. The rest, I think Dallas is going to have to fight all the way, and many of the teams have really difficult schedules, tougher than others, till the end. I would love to see someone like Tampa Bay pull it off, but that's a tall order. The Texans are looking like they might make it. And again, it has a lot to do with the injuries and who's available to play. And by, the 14th week, which is what we're coming into, many of the athletes have been injured for a few weeks, but well enough to still play, but not at 100%. And you could see that yesterday, that many of the players were gassed. They were exhausted. It was just too much. And I saw that mostly with the Eagles. So when Philly is fully rested and they have some time off, maybe we'll see a better team. And the other thing is, too, don't forget, they still have the best record in the NFL right now at 10-2, which is not too shabby. I think there's many teams that would trade places with them to only have 2 losses. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? Will that let me see it? There we go. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. Good old Jerry Rice. Keenan Allen is on that list as well. Mike Evans right here. Look at that. DeAndre Hopkins. He was really on fire on Sunday. You know, for some of the older players, I don't know if they become more clever or know how to run routes better or just have great anticipation of where the ball is going to be. And then you have other players that just don't look the same anymore. And unfortunately, we're seeing more and more of that. But Mike Evans and DeAndre Hopkins are 2 athletes that show that even after being in the league for 10 years, they have the ability to still be incredibly effective. I like this list. See if I can save it. Save image here. Okay. So hopefully you had a great Monday. And I'm just going to say hello to a couple people here in the chat. All right. Let's switch this over. Okay. There's a person I have not seen in a while. Dan Gofield. I used to see him on MySpace. I always say MySpace, I mean Twitter Spaces. I do that every day. All right. Thank you, Greg, for your support. Thank you, Mark, for your support. Thank you, Bobby Brooks, for your support. I appreciate it. Perhaps the butterfly is the proof that you can go through a great deal of darkness, yet still become something beautiful. That's nice. And that's from Gary. That's a great shot of Elon. Have you seen the truck? It's unbelievable. His new truck is unbelievable. And I think it's fairly priced. It's around $70,000, yet it's bulletproof. And those trucks will probably last a lifetime and still hold value 10 to 20 years from now. It's going to be interesting to see what some of the flaws are, because the body on it is made dramatically different than other vehicles on the road. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there's something inside you that is greater than any obstacle, and that's Christian D. Larson. Every morning you have 2 choices: continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. That one's a good one. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful week. And if you can, stay motivated this Monday.